One. Hey everyone, and welcome back to an episode of Crossover Convos. Now, it has been a while. A lot's happened since the last episode of Crossover Convos. I obviously put in the best using performance in boxing history. I mean, come on, that was devastating performance. My spinning around was insane, you know. Uh,
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
draw. It's a draw, I
it was a
reckon.
draw. Yeah, no contest doesn't count in a way. There you go. No, yeah, that's boxing, isn't it? I thought being self-taught would be enough to beat some people. I was wrong. A lot's changed. I've improved a lot since then, so that's boxing.
Yeah.
But of course, JackDoesBoxing has obviously fought since then. Got the win against Another-Deadman, and I am
Yeah.
delighted to be joined by Jack for this episode. How you doing, Jack?
Thank you, bro. It's been a long time coming, man. I appreciate you for having me on, bro. I've been wanting to come on here for a long time. So, yeah, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm feeling good as well.
Good man, good man. Yeah, glad to have you on. And finally, before we begin with the questioning, obviously the elephant in the room, or the elephant not in the room, I should say, Mikey. Mikey wanted to be here, but he couldn't make it for this episode, so it's just going to be me and Jack. You have to put up with us both. But eventually, down the line, we will get Mikey back, and we'll do another episode with Jack with Mikey on. And
Come
there
on.
you go. You can have more entertainment. But for now, you just got to deal with us too. So
Yeah.
yeah, let's get into it. So September 28th, is it your fight?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're fighting Not KSI. How are you feeling about that fight? How's preparation?
I'm fighting Josh. I'm fighting Josh. I'm not, I mean, yeah, not KSI on paper because he wants to reset his shit record. Can I swear?
Yeah.
Can
How are you feeling after that fight?
I swear? Sorry.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, go for it.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, he wanted to restart his shit record, but yeah, not KSI, Josh, same person. Like I ain't doing none of that bullshit. And yeah. What was your question though? Sorry.
How's preparation been for that fight? How are you feeling for that?
Preparation. You know what? I'm not gonna sit here and say I've had an amazing time. Because I've had to cut a lot of weight, so it's not really been fun. You know what I mean? It's been gruesome, and yeah, not too long to prepare, but I'm feeling ready. I know I'm ready. And I just can't wait to fight, man. The adrenaline, I love it. I'm an adrenaline junkie, bro. How I'm feeling about the fight is I just don't think he's ever fought somebody like me, bro. I'm a killer, man. I didn't show it in the dead man fight. I was pissing about too much, but this time around, you're gonna see a real killer in there for sure.
So, I suppose you touched on it then. Do you think this performance is going to be better than the Dead Man fight was? You were going in there more serious this time?
Yeah, 100%. Way more serious. No bouncing about. We're gonna get shit done. We're gonna aim to stop him with inside 2 rounds and really make a statement this one. We're not playing around.
So have you been watching Josh's previous fights, like his one against Daniel, for example?
I don't be lying if I said yes. I've seen some of his fights, but I'm not sitting there studying all day and because I feel like watching people makes it a bit nervous, you know what I mean? I watched Armstrong Martins a bit too much. I was watching his fights over and over, and it just throws you off a little bit because to be honest, I'm not expecting Josh to fight me like he did Dino or Jordan Gow or none of that. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm gonna get the best Josh and I can't wait for it. So yeah, I'm not really watching him too much. I know how he fights. We got a game plan, but yeah, not really watching him like that.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I suppose that does make sense. But how did this fight come about then? Did you call him out, or did he call you out, or how did it happen?
Uh, it was supposed to be Callum Kelly. We
Mm.
all know Callum Kelly. Obviously, the event got cancelled, which is not really the guy's fault, to be fair. But I was just thinking, like, I was like, I want to fight where I know somebody's gonna turn up and I'm gonna be able to fight, and there's not gonna be no if, buts, or maybes. So I thought, who's game? Who turns up to every fight? And it's Josh in the scene, you know. He turns up to every single fight, and he brings it. He brings a good fight. So that's how the fight really come about. It wasn't really a call out sitch. We both just kind of agreed, like, let's fight for the belt, you know?
So there's no like bad blood or animosity there.
I mean, there's no bad blood with anyone, man. But I mean, there is a bit of bad blood with a few people, but this one not really so much. Like it's more of a joke kind of like situation. It's not really bad blood at all. I don't hate nobody in this world, even if like they try to get under my skin. So it's just another fight, man. It's another fight that I'm excited to do, and I'm ready.
There you go. I mean, Jack does boxing. It's in the name. It's what he does.
Come
So
on. Come
As
on.
well, we'll get back to the Josh fight in a bit, but I mean, I saw it announced on Instagram, you versus Jallum happening as well. I mean, where did that come from?
Yeah, it's happening, man. How that one come about is a bit funny, really. I text Outcast. I said, "Listen, I'm trying to stay active. You know,
Hmm.
I'm trying to get as many fights as possible." I said, "If you've got anyone, like, give me a call." I thought they was gonna give me like a Jake Forrest or what's the other guy's name, Hamish or Braveheart, somebody like that. I got the call, and it was Jallum. He said, "Yeah, I've got you a title fight." I was thinking, okay, cool. I was thinking they're gonna say Braveheart because he's on like a 2-fight win streak, and then Jallum said, "But it's against me." I wasn't gonna say no. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
easy wins.
yeah, I mean, it's a weird one. I mean, credit to I got nothing against Jallum, credit to Jallum for taking that fight. It is a difficult fight,
Yeah,
but I'm surprised he's not taken a warm-up fight before going into that because he's been out the ring for a long time.
I know, but I don't know, man. Maybe he just believes in himself. I know where the confidence has come from. He's watched the dead man fight, and he believes that his pressure can do this or do that. But the thing is, I like it when fighters come towards me. That's when I'm most dangerous. So I want these guys to come towards me, and then you'll really see some gruesome action. So yeah, I don't want people running away, man. That's no diss to dead man, but yeah.
Yeah, no, you want him to walk onto the shots. Would you say that you're a counter puncher type thing?
I can be a counter puncher. I can put the pressure on, but I just don't like people running. Like, it's long, it's jarring, chasing someone around the ring. I mean, you're not winning a round or any rounds by running from me. I'm obviously going to win the round and I'm going to win the fight if you do decide to run. But I want to give people entertainment. This is all about entertainment at the end of the day. Let's give people a good fight. I don't like it when people go in there and just run around like not a bit of me, man.
Yeah, I know. I can respect that. But with the Giant fight, how do you think that's going to be with Giant coming down a lot of weight? His last fight was his only fight was at heavyweight. Now he's fighting you at what will be like super middleweight,
No, it's light heavy,
light
but
heavyweight.
I mean, when a guy cuts that much weight, it's a bit obvious what's about to happen. He's gonna be drained. He's gonna be not as fast as he thinks he is gonna be, and eventually, once I clock him, where I do have a lot of power, it's gonna take a massive toll on him, because that's not his actual weight. So, and we'll see. Time will tell, but I predict a knockout in that one as well.
There you go. I mean, you could be getting back-to-back knockouts. So what weight is the Josh fight happening at?
Super middleweight, 72 kg to 74, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. So how do you think that it's not that much of a weight jump, but how do you think the transition in the weight's going to be fighting at super middleweight and then like heavyweight? Is that going to be an easy transition or
Well, I think the hardest part about it is I walk around at light heavy, so I'm not gonna feel drained in the Jallum fight. Where right now I'm going through a weight cut. So
uh
if you've ever done a weight cut, it's a bit bullshit, you know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like this fight will be harder than the Jallum fight. I feel like I'm just gonna go in there and I'm gonna feel fresh in the Jallum fight. So yeah, we'll see. Time will tell.
there you go. So obviously you don't want to look too far ahead. Obviously you've got two big fights coming up, but is there anyone else in the scene that you get the job done in these two upcoming fights? Anyone else in the scene you have your eye on?
Well, while I'm at light heavyweight, I wouldn't mind running back that Armstrong Martins fight.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, we
There
got to
you
run
go.
that back. We have to run that back. Like, okay, cool. He got the better of me. No excuses at the end of the day. Whatever happened, happened. But I just know I can beat that guy, man. I know I'm a better boxer. Yeah, he may hit harder because he's just a unit, but I know I can beat him, man. I know I can. So that one, I want Jesse Clark. He talked a lot of shit on Twitter about me, like
Hmm.
before he went on Misfits, and then went on Misfits and like he's trying to dodge me and shit. I actually got offered Jesse Clark back in January, and he said no, and
Oh
it's all
damn.
long. Jesse Clark, I wouldn't mind fighting him. And then obviously the obvious one's Dino, but it's politics right now. He thinks he's the A side. I think I'm the A side. He wants me to come to his way. It's just politics.
Right. I understand. And hopefully you can get that sorted. That would be a damn good fight.
Yeah, it'll
Um,
be good. All three of them I feel like are bangers, to be fair.
yeah. All of them are good fights. Now, I don't want to dwell on this too much, right? But you did mention the Armstrong Martins fight. Don't think this is like a genuine diss. This is a genuine inquiry. You know,
No,
I'm
I knew
in.
it was gonna come up. It comes up every interview. It's all right.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm in no position to diss anyone on their boxing community. But
I mean, you lasted longer than me, so
hey, true. There you go. But yeah. What was the tactic there? You know, you came running out. Did you think you were going to catch him by surprise, or did you think you could take his shots, or what was it?
uh, like the real game plan in my head, right? I only trained 3 days before that fight.
Hmm.
It was a bit stupid. I've had kickboxing fights when I was younger and that, but boxing, strictly boxing, I only trained 3 days. So when I went into the boxing gym, I was a bit hesitant when I was sparring at first. I only like for the first 2 days, I was hesitant. Like I was walking away from people I shouldn't have been walking away from, like not really trying to engage with people. Then on the final day, I just remember like sticking it on people and like pressuring them, being all over them. And these were bigger guys than Armstrong was
Hmm.
working for me. So I thought if I run at him, catch him by surprise with a nice shot, put him on the back foot for the rest of the fight, I might have a chance of winning. So that was the game plan, but I paid the price. It is what it is, man. Like most people would run away from that situation. They'd never fight again. And I come back and redeemed myself. So I'm happy with myself, man.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. That was boxing. You got the ring at the end of the day, and everyone knew it was going to be a very difficult fight. So you got to respect it. But you mentioned your kickboxing there. You know, you did kickboxing fights when you were younger. How has that transition been from kickboxing to now just strictly boxing?
More difficult than I thought. Way more
Yeah.
difficult than I thought. I was mainly a kicker when I was kickboxing. Like I was good with hands, but I wasn't like amazing. It
Mm.
was mainly my kicks that won me my fights. So I knew that going into boxing, but I just didn't think it would be so different. Like you learn a lot of things in boxing that you don't ever learn in kickboxing. So yeah, it was a weird transition, but I'm starting to get the gist of it now. I feel like an actual boxer now. I don't go around saying, "Oh, I used to do kickboxing and MMA and I'm turning into a boxer." I say I'm a boxer now. So that's the main transition where it's all happened.
Yeah, I can respect that. But what made you decide to not only transition from kickboxing to boxing, but what made you decide to get into the martial arts in general?
Martial arts was like obviously you go around to like your little estate or wherever you're brought up around and conflicts and start getting into like fights. And when I was younger, like I felt like I couldn't really defend myself
Hmm.
too much. So I thought, fun all this, like I need to learn how to defend myself if I'm gonna be around this type of thing. So wasn't really to like hurt anybody or like get anybody down or anything like that. It was mainly just so if someone come to me, I knew what to do to defend myself. That was mainly why I got into it, to be fair,
Hmm.
in general when I was a kid. But yeah.
And then is that like the same reason why you transitioned from kickboxing to boxing?
No. The boxing transition was because I see all these like little muppets like fighting and
Hmm.
all these influencers thinking that they're tough, and it's a bit of a boring answer, but I just knew that I could beat 99% of them.
Yeah, no,
I thought,
that's
yeah,
understandable.
yeah, what's the point of sitting here watching them do it when I could try and be on Misfits and all stuff like that, you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, I was just about to ask that question. Is that the long-term goal to get on Misfits or maybe go pro? Like, what's the long-term future?
Whatever happens, happens. Um, Obviously everyone wants to get on Misfits. So yeah, I'd love to be on Misfits. It's a good way to start a career and build your name up. Eventually, I do want to go pro though, or whatever it takes me really. But yeah, Misfits. If Misfits don't come, then obviously amateur, then pro. Um, but yeah, there's loads of different lanes. I just want to be a boxer when I'm older. Period. Whether it's influencer boxing or a professional boxer, I want to box. I love the sport. It's good for me. It keeps me out of trouble. And yeah, I want to be a boxer.
There you go. I mean, I can respect that. You as I said, it's in the name, guys. Jack does boxing, whatever boxing that is.
I really don't know why I picked that name, man. Do you know what it was? Yeah, I see Fred Talks Fighting,
mm,
like do all the interviews, and I thought I need to have a name like that, a name that's gonna stick out, you know, because everyone's called like JDM or Vokfi, and it's a bit hard to like what's it called, filter out like the people that are already famous with them sort of names, you know what I
mm.
mean? And I thought Jack Does Boxing, like, and I was YouTubing it, Googling it, and I was like, bro, if I made my name that, like, I'm gonna come up straight away, you know what I mean?
It's
So
smart. Yeah,
yeah, really
smart.
smart.
Straight to the point.
Yeah, literally. So yeah, that's why I call myself Jack Does Boxing, man. It was funny though. I wish I didn't because it's like limited me a little bit. It has limited me because I want to do like if Misfits do the MMA thing and they let small creators back on, like that's my game. That's my belly, you know what I mean? So I'd love to do that. Or even if it wasn't Misfits and DKM wanted to do like a little MMA show, or I'd love to do that.
Hey, it's not too late for a V brand. It's just Jack does everything. There you go. Right?
Jack
uh,
does everything. Nah, man.
oh
I
man.
think I might just change it to JDB.
Yeah. I mean, no, that could be everything in it. So, you know. Uh,
Maybe.
but yeah, let's go back to the job. I mean, actually, real quick. I mean, to be fair, Jack does boxing better than Cal Frost. So yeah, I mean, it's more memorable that way.
No,
Uh,
your name's all right, man. Your name's all right.
yeah, I appreciate it. But yeah, let's go back to the Josh fight. Without saying too much, what do you think is going to be your biggest advantage over him come fight night?
Without saying too much, it's difficult, you know. um, I just feel like he doesn't realize the level I'm really on. You know, I feel like he's gonna walk into something stupid and not realize until it's too late, and then that will be the fight. My biggest advantage is probably my power. He's never been hit by somebody like me. I don't care what he says. I know he's been in a lot of fights, but I hit stupidly hard, man. I have professional fighters saying why it's so unnatural to like be hitting this hard. Like
Oh
it's
man.
crazy, man. Like for my, you don't think it. I'm a skinny guy when I get in there, and yeah, I like to entertain. And then when I hit someone, you're like, wow, this guy has got just a natural power. You know, you can't train power. You either
No.
have it or you don't. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think my natural power is gonna be the main difference.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing as well. As it's one of those fights. I think a lot of people look at Josh's record and they see, he's got no disrespect to him. I got nothing against you, Josh. Don't come for me. But I
Yeah.
mean, he's got a few losses on his record, hasn't he? Like,
Well, to
but
be fair, I think his record's like 3 wins, uh, only like 4 losses, but he's got like 8 draws or 9 draws, something
oh
stupid
man,
like that. Yeah, I'm not like he hasn't. His record's not terrible if the draws weren't there. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
I call him. What's the word? I call him seasoned. He's a seasoned fighter. He's been about. You know what I mean? That's what excites me, though.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, to be fair, I thought it was. I didn't realize a lot of those were draws. I thought they were the losses. I thought the draws were the four.
I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it is draws because it was at the end of the record. So it was like when I watched the Dino fight, like the tally of the tape came up and it was like
Hmm.
2, 3, and 9. And they did say like 9 draws. I think it was something like that anyway.
Damn, that's pretty crazy, isn't it? But
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
But yeah, I think a lot of people are going to look at the record, and people that aren't so familiar with the scene, they'll look at the record and be like, if you win the fight, they'll be like, oh, but look how many draws, and he's only won a few of his fights.
Yeah,
But end of the day, that comes with experience. He's an
exactly.
experienced fighter, so I
Exactly.
think people are going to have to give you credit for taking this fight, and but as well, the Giant fight, about is it the same thing? Do you think his power is going to be your biggest advantage in that fight?
No, I don't. I believe I'm still more powerful than Jallum because he's
Mm.
gonna have to cut a lot of weight and the power's not gonna be there for him. But in that one, I feel like it'll be speed. My speed will really show in that one. Where he's a big guy cutting a lot of weight. I just don't feel like he'll be able to throw as many shots as me. To be fair.
Yeah, no, I can feel that as well because I mean his only fight was at heavyweight.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
and again, it's that ring rust. He's been out the ring for a while, as you're
I,
saying.
I'm I'm imagining it like remember when Salt Pappy dropped to middleweight? Like it's not good for the
Mm.
body, man.
Yeah,
So Yeah,
No.
it's gonna be a Slim versus Salt Pappy situation, in my opinion.
Hey, there you go, Simbas. I mean, if it's that type of, if that's that Yevro fight, mate, we're in for a good one. Um,
Well, I don't know about he's gonna be like Salt Pappy. All I know is my right hand's exactly like Slim's. It knocks people out. You know what I mean? So
there you go. Come
yeah,
on. I mean, you're guaranteed entertainment, innit? We saw the dead man fight.
guaranteed,
We saw the dead
guaranteed.
man fight. It was entertaining.
No one's ever bored in a Jack Does boxing fight. Most of the American like people from our community turn it on just for me. Like I've had Lesbra say it, and a lot of people like tune in just for me, which I love. Thank you for the support. You know what I mean? But it just shows I'm clearly doing something right. Despite the loss, I'm entertaining. I bring it. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, I mean, as well. I mean, look at the Yoss. You went quite viral. There were some big pages posting it, you know.
Yeah.
So it
That's
works out
weird
in the
one.
end.
I walked to the shop, yeah, and then
Hmm.
my mate's like, "You seen you're on I'm Just Bait?" I was thinking, "What?" He's like, "Oh, it's got 2 million views already." I'm thinking, nah. But like at first, don't get it wrong, I was so embarrassed, man. I was like, no way this has happened to me. Sorry, I gotta let my cat in. I'm gonna let it in while I talk.
Hmm.
I was like, no way this has like happened to me. But then like sometimes after like a week, I was like, I might as well just run with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's something again. It's any publicity is good publicity at the end of the day. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
I
I
think
don't know about that one, but yeah, I guess so.
it gets
It
your
did,
name around, doesn't it? Like,
yeah, it did to be fair, but it's like a journey. It just shows like because where I want to be, they'll replay that moment and be like, okay, he had that happen to him, and he's gone on to achieve so and so and so whatever I achieve in my career. So
hmm. I mean,
yeah, like
that's the thing is, oh, it's only up from here. You know, it can't get worse than that. So
unless Jallum chins me in 3 seconds, then I'm fucked. You know what
yeah,
I
I mean,
mean?
yeah, if that
I'm
happens, then
fucked. Nah, not happening. But yeah, man, it was just one mistake. But again, no excuses. The guy won. God has a plan for everyone. You know, God just clearly thought that night I didn't deserve no type of win and no type of respect. But I earned it a few months later after working hard. So
then
yeah,
yeah,
can't complain.
exactly. You know, as I said, you look at the dead man fight. You got the redemption. You're now fighting two times, at least two more times this year.
Yeah,
Um, so you know, it's all worked out in the end. But yeah, do you just wrap this up? Do you have any final message for Josh?
good luck because you're gonna need it, and just don't run because the fate and what will happen is gonna come anyway. No diddy,
No, did he? No, did he?
no diddy,
Okay.
no diddy.
Actually, wait, real quick. Would you what's your prediction for the Joshua fight tonight? Tomorrow?
Oh, the Joshua Dubois fight.
Yeah,
People gonna call me crazy, but I'm seeing a Joshua knockout inside four.
inside four.
Inside four, man. I believe in Joshua. He's on his resurrection. He seems hungry. I thought when he fought Usyk them 2 times, I was thinking, nah, he's earned a lot of money. He's just not hungry anymore. You know what I mean? But he proved me wrong, and I'm done. I'm done betting against Joshua, man. I thought Ngannou was gonna give him a tough fight, and the way he just cleaned him out, it was just like it's so beautiful. I couldn't believe it. So yeah, I'm done betting against Joshua, man. I'm sticking with the Joshua thing, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think for sure there's gonna be a lot of questions answered this fight for both of them.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
so I'm very much looking forward to it. I was gonna ask you your final message to Giant, but I'm sure we'll have you on before that fight. So
I mean, I can still give it. Uh,
go on.
it's a good quote from McGregor. Is you should have killed me when you had the chance, because now I'm back. I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna take over Outcasts, and that's that. He tried to get me blacklisted from the scene in 2023. Said, "Don't let Jack fight on any platform." Now look, I'm fighting on your platform. I'm A side, and I'm gonna take that belt and run away with it, never to be seen again.
There you go. I mean, that is actually some story, you know, from him having to try Byakuya due to now fighting him on his company.
And
Yeah,
I'm A side.
and your A side. Yeah, it is pretty mental. But
Oh, it's
um,
good, man.
and finally, any final message to the viewers, you know, people watching?
Just thank you for the supporters. Thank you for the haters. You know, the haters is what made me who I am today. And if you are supporting, just keep believing, man, because we're gonna win together. It's not just me that wins in there. We all win.
There you go. So I mean, well said. But yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you
for
very
having me on,
much.
though, bro.
Huh?
Sorry. I was gonna say thank you for having me on, but I didn't realize you're gonna talk.
No. Of course, thank you for coming on. We'll get you on again after the fight. But yeah, I just want to say to everyone, yeah, thank you for watching. Crossover, we'll try and be more consistent with the content again. We said this the last few times, but it's not happened. But we'll try. We'll try.
I'll keep you on your toes with the episodes coming in, man.
Yeah, there you go. Jack's gonna make sure we do it, eh? But yeah, obviously, as I said at the start, I got my ass beat in the fight. So
You got to come back, though. You got to come back.
well, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna say too much, but I'm looking at going amateur, hopefully this year, before the end of this year.
Oh,
Um,
really? I think you should fight Deadman, bro.
if I could, if I come back to the scene, then the Deadman fight will be one of you. Okay, yeah, for sure.
You got to,
Uh,
man. You got to run that.
but yeah, I'm actually training at a boxing gym now, so hopefully end of this year, we can look at getting an amateur fight. Um,
Stuff, man. Good stuff. Good luck to you in your amateur career as well, man.
I appreciate that for real. Yeah, I'll try to keep you man updated. But yeah, good luck to Jack for his fights, both of them, and
Good.
make sure you subscribe. Like the video, and that is all appreciated. Jack, is there any socials you want to plug here?
Just subscribe to my YouTube. I don't really do it too much, and just follow me on Twitter, JackDoesBoxing X. So
There you go. There'll be a link to those in the description, and take care, everyone.